The gentleman to give you his though. Free magazine? Free magazine?
Looks dangerous. What's the bag of bags?
Cover everything about here. We also do film reviews here.
You get some there.
I've been there.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you want to color your
I got
I should go to the right podium. Are you ready to kick some intellectual ass? Good. Because that's what we're here to do tonight. First off, as usual, I have lots of announcements to make, and because it's a shorter movie, for some reason everybody decided I needed to make more announcements. So I'll get into them quickly. First off, how many have never been here before? Okay. Ooh, I like that. Welcome to the cult. It's very simple. We watch a movie. Two people come up here. One loves it. One hates it. As soon as I think that they're angry enough at each other and you're starting to get angry, now you get your say. So just get ready to fight. That's what we want. We just want a smart fight, okay? I have a whistle, folks. Okay, if you're not smart, I blow you down. Upcoming, we've got, we always do a theme for each of our semesters. This semester was I Came, I Saw, I Conquered. Tonight is obviously I Saw. I Conquered is Inception, Thursday, November the 17th. And we will be doing, as we always do, sort of a surprise one that we're not announcing on Monday, December 5th. We won't tell you what it is, but we're telling you to mark your calendar. It'll be worth it. Okay, now, the announcements I really kind of quickly have to make. First off, Viva Doc is here. I see some of you are wearing the t-shirts. And those who aren't wearing the t-shirts can buy them outside after the movie. We're going to be selling them. Viva Doc is a wonderful organization of documentary filmmakers here at Columbia. The second thing is Time Out Chicago, as you probably know, is here. They are giving away free copies of this week's Time Out. Go ahead and take advantage of those. And also the big one, which of course is the 47th Chicago International Film Festival is currently running. We are just an amazing organization. We do cross-programming with the film festival, so tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock in room 711, we'll be giving away lunch, which is to say pizza, for anybody who wants to stop by. Yeah, you can applaud pizza. I'm going to tell you, we all applaud pizza. We'll be meeting with various filmmakers from the festival who will be coming in to have lunch with anybody who wants to show up. We will also do that next Tuesday, same time, same room. 1 o'clock, room 711. This coming Thursday at 4:30 in room 302, we will have people who are filmmakers who are part of the New Directors competition. So these will be first or second time directors whose films are all nominated for the New Director Award. They will be coming in to talk about not just their work, but about the difficulties of getting through the festival circuit. So we obviously have an awful lot going on. Anyways, just quick thanks. Val Carley for the promo, Abby Friedman in Creative and Print Services for the graphics, Tom Crouch who helps keep up our Facebook. Please go to Facebook and like us. You know, or, you know, be indifferent to us, whatever. But push the button that says like, all right? That helps us a lot. Ron Fleischer for that animation, Neil Jimenez up in the booth, again, Viva Doc. Our two speakers tonight, Alan Neff and Suri Tafignia, and most important, Sandy Cooperson, who's out there. Please give her a hand. All right, I've got a message for all of you filmmakers out there. You're liars. You are professional manipulators. You are everything we hate when we find it in someone else. So why does everybody think you're so cool? Within the exercise of our profession, and I have to include myself because I'm a filmmaker, we get to live by a different set of rules for one very good reason. We're fulfilling a bargain. When someone plops down $30 for parking, popcorn, and a movie ticket, they're doing so because they wish to submit to the manipulations of the storyteller. After all, when's the last time you went to see a comedy and said, God, I hope I don't laugh? When we work with the audience, we do so as part of a conspiracy we share with them. They want to be manipulated, we manipulate. Face it, the true satisfaction of watching a movie is the buzz we get when we're pulled into a story and made to respond to it, in spite of the fact that we know that what's happening on that screen is simply not real. But of course, the ability to manipulate is a double-edged sword. For example, what is the appropriate response to those movies that are patently false, but win us over by stroking our prejudices? Take a movie like the recent hit The Help. It tells a white story to the audience of it tells a white audience the story of three black women without the courtesy of letting them tell it in their own words. We get the supposed black experience through the eyes of an enlightened white woman, a fact that ironically negates the argument that black women are deserving of a voice. The basic idea is both false and insulting, yet a lot of people believe that see that movie and believe in it because the filmmakers have skillfully manipulated the story to fit into the target audience's comfort zone. This makes for effective fiction. But what happens when it's nonfiction? Ever since the dawning of Michael Moore, the documentary has had something it never had before: box office power. Suddenly, people are going out to movies to see The Code, Man on Wire, Grizzly Man, Smartest Guys in the Room, Taxi to the Dark Side, and hundreds of other docs that would otherwise have been relegated to the Discovery Channel. That is, if room could be made between the cute animal docs on the one side and the cute hunter docs on the other side. With this success has come a greater need for us to question what we're seeing. After all, these documentaries are now competing in a commercial marketplace. Are you trying to tell me that they're free of deliberate emotional manipulation? That they don't have to play by the same rules of commerce and move their stories toward cute kids, triumph and hope, and happy endings? Have you seen Spellbound? Mad Hot Ballroom? March of the Penguins? In so many ways, Exit Through the Gift Shop demands that we question what we are seeing. On its most fundamental level, it dares to ask if the events on screen are real or just skillful manipulations in what the New York Times famously called a prankumentary. By suddenly shifting our point of view halfway through the movie from obsessive-compulsive filmmaker Terry Gleason to cool, secretive street artist Banksy, don't we also have to question whose story this is and what the new storyteller has to gain from the tale that he's spinning? Is there a joke going on here? One in which we are ultimately the butt? Are we being manipulated without the benefit of being in on the conspiracy? Of course, the tale spun and Exit Through the Gift Shop might be completely true. If so, what are the ethical implications of one filmmaker hijacking another filmmaker's work and using it against him? Is Exit Through the Gift Shop just the rantings of one insecure street artist who sees a benefit in painting his rival as a neurotic, anal, and untalented fraud? And finally, when it comes to documentary, what is the truth anyway? These are all questions worth pondering as we sit back and enjoy the manipulation that is Exit Through the Gift Shop. And let's fight about it afterwards. It chronicles the growing of industrial hemp by Lakota on their sovereign lands. Broadcast on Point of View in 2007, it garnered many awards in domestic and international festivals. She teaches documentary at Columbia College, EIC-TV in Cuba, cinema in Chicago, and nonprofit groups, and as a teaching artist. She began the Lakota Media Project in 2003 to provide mentorship and training to Lakota girls and women dedicated to documenting their way of life. She is a 2004 recipient of the Studs Turtle Community Media Award. Suri, where are you? Come on down. Suri learned to always start at the back of the room so you can have the applause go longer.
Thank you.
Anytime.
I learned it from Ron.
Everything she knows. I hope she shows it tonight. Alan Neff. By day, Alan Neff is a government lawyer specializing in, among other things, intellectual property law. By night, he's a mercenary freelance writer and editor, the author of the novel Blauser's Building, as well as several dozen poems and a comedy about marriage and torture. Currently on offer to theaters around the country, Alan Neff. You don't have to go. It's really okay. Okay. Who goes first? High card goes first. 7, okay. That's a possibility. Grab whatever you want. 5, okay. Alan, you go first. We observe strict rules of debate. You have exactly 3 minutes. You are going to be timed to make your case, and then, sir, you'll have 3 minutes. So, Alan, tell me when you're ready.
Ready.
Go.
First, I want to thank Ron and Sandy for inviting me to your introduction to marketing class. However, before I begin, I have a confession. Not even Ron knows this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a writer. I'm not even here tonight, standing right in front of you. I'm drinking a pina colada at Trader Joe's. So who are you going to believe? Me, Ron, or your lying eyes? Okay, so Ron and Sandy asked me to talk about this movie, Exit Through the Grift Shop. Oh, I'm sorry, Exit Through the Gift Shop, right? I'm saying. I don't know about Banksy, I don't know anything about art, but I will say this movie seemed really true to life. It reminded me of all the boring school tours I took as a kid through the Museum of Mucus or whatnot. At the end of the tour, we'd wind up in the gift shop, because that's the point of the tours, get the sheep to the merchandise, right? And that's the point of this movie, too. The merch, the brand, the Banksy brand. How do I know this? First, in the early 20th century, there was a columnist named H.L. Mencken. H.L. Mencken was a world-class cynic. Among other things, he said, when they tell you it's not about the money, like Banksy did, it's about the money. Second, the way I know this movie is about Banksy, and it's just really a commercial. The jacket of the DVD says this about the movie, one of the most provocative films about art ever made. Exit Through the Gift Shop's chaotic study of low-level criminality, comradeship, and incompetence. I'm guessing Banksy approved that because it seems like a bit of a control freak. Okay, gift shop isn't provocative. Maybe it wants to be, but it tells you that artists get their ideas about art from the people they hang with. I got that from Shakespeare in Love. Also, it isn't chaotic. It's got a chronological plot, narrative, easy to follow, beginning to end. Guy makes home movies. Guy makes home movies about graffiti artists. Guy meets famous graffiti artist. Famous graffiti artist takes over movie, and movie guy becomes graffiti artist. Maybe I missed the chaos. I don't see it there. So, gift shop is inoffensive by and large, easily digestible, and sufficiently funny to be memorable. Like a good commercial, a commercial for Banksy. In summary, add a couple of polar bears and a few hard bodies. You have one 90-minute episode of Lost, maybe on a cheaper budget.
Oh.
Jeez.
All right, sorry. Ready?
No whistle? You just let him rant like that?
I know, he just rambled, and then he rambled a little less time than he normally would. Which I have to tell you, knowing Alan as I do, amazes me. All right.
Same to you, Ron.
Testing.
Are you ready, sir?
I have no voice, so this is not how I normally talk, but yes.
Go.
Okay, thank you, Columbia College, Ron, Sandy. Don't persecute the artists. I say true artists don't care about persecution. They scoff in the face of persecution. If we weren't being persecuted, would we be artists? Without pain, war, devastation, and oppression, as his muses, Banksy would be just another nondescript, white, middle-aged guy struggling to keep his faithfulness in the face of his bitter suburban marriage that started going soft years back. By placing himself in the face of the public eye, all while being protected by the clock of night, and forcing his viewers to ironically face their own, oftentimes ignorant, but more often apathetic existences while they're stuck in traffic or walking from the tube or staring back in the mirror everywhere they look. Banksy, the street artist, is earning their irony, their satire, and their meaningfulness to keep living. He sprays in support of Indigenous Peoples Day over some arbitrary Catholic discovery. He encourages the masses to march to the Occupy Chicago event going on right outside these doors, and not some private film institution arguing about the merits of street artists. But yet, here we are. We choose our destiny. So that brings me to Terry, a wannabe filmmaker who uses the sacred name of documentary making to get an invitation to hang out with all the cool kids. These are for sale for $5 after the show. Is his art reflected in the commercialization and glory that as a paparazzi he was able to vulture off of those whose images he snapped against their will, who now hire him to make their album covers? Greatest hits Madonna, anyone? For me, this Frenchman represents everything that is wrong with today's get-rich-quick immigrant American Idol dream. Give me a contract, my mom bought me a 5G, and now I want to be a filmmaker mentality that 3 minutes won't even allow me time to explain, Ron Falzone. Sure, who wouldn't like the glamour and prestige of being the greatest art show to come to LA? But what is it based on? Sure, artists remake old works and call that art all the time. But truly genius artists develop genres, break molds, climb water towers, spray freeway signs, and record songs in the back of their station wagon on the way to the next protest because there is nothing else they can do but spray their mind in this crazy world where chemical trails fly over the skies, seeping heavy metals into our brains as we applaud the Middle East spring in the midst of our shambled, capitalistic wet dream. Yes, theory is a premature ejaculation. I said it. He brought a good girl like me to speak filth like that. But give me your footage, and I will make the greatest street art documentary the world has ever seen, and it'll be the third one Banksy will reluctantly agree to be in, masked off and Tony the Tiger voice revealed. And it will be closer to the truth and so real that your hands will be shaking when the credits roll. After which you will take to the streets to defend what your grandparents fought for, what the native peoples are fighting to protect, and what you knew somewhere on the day that you were born, that true revolutionary art is bred from love, not some excuse to make you famous. Close or not, don't disappoint.
I want to, yes, don't worry, we accept your commercializing.
Yeah, I don't have any merch in that.
Here's my first question, and it's a good, obvious one. Is this story real or is it fake?
Fake, completely fake.
Why do you
Utter
think so?
bullshit.
Why do you think so?
Well, first of all, how this guy, let me back up a little. The story's fake. The guy, Terry, I think probably started out legit because he's awkward enough to remind me of most of my life, most of my friends' lives. That's
Yeah, I think.
but obviously, you know, Banksy is an accomplished propagandist for his brand. It's a very simple, smooth, seamless story told by a pro. It's a fake. I mean, yeah, maybe these events
What
happen.
is real?
What is real?
Yeah.
Inception.
You know, I should point out, the last time Ron invited me here, Ron Sandy invited me here, was to see Fight Club. So I'm beginning to think I'm their what is real genre guy. You know?
We didn't ask you to Inception.
Well, that's true. Thank God for small faces. Man, that movie was better than Ambient, from what I can tell.
Sorry, go ahead. You brought
Well,
up.
I'm just thinking that, I mean, I too question whether or not this is a genuine portrait of an artist or if it's just Banksy getting rich. But therefore, I believe it's all based on what is the essence of the truth of the story. And the essence of the truth of the story is that there's a genuine artist who does things. Right? Banksy deserves to get rich. I don't care. Right now we live in a world where we need money, right? If all of us are suckers enough to go pay $10 plus popcorn plus $30 for parking to go watch this movie, good. Because he's still out there spraying.
Yeah, how many of you bought a copy of this movie at some point in your lives?
I pirated it, if that counts.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Many years ago, a guy named Abby Hoffman, wrote a book called Steal This Book. And that was his recommendation. And sure enough, people did. I'm glad to see nobody bought this. Because, oh, Ron, you mean you purchased the copy that I borrowed?
Yep.
Thank God.
That was my personal copy.
You can watch it on Netflix
No,
for free.
no,
If you pay.
no, it's fake. It's a lie. It's a scam.
It's not a
it's
scam
con.
because it's his version of the truth.
It's a
And
long
his version of the truth is that there's integrity in art and there is disingenuity in essays. And if someone's gonna claim they're making a documentary and then turn into a street artist, that happens all the time.
No, I think his point is that there's no integrity in art. His point, because he doesn't have it. He can't recognize it when he sees it. Who he? Banksy.
It depends if you believe the hoax or not, and that shows more about the audience member
Believe the
watching it
hoax.
than,
Choice of words.
Do you believe it's a hoax?
I think we're all suckers. I think if we believe that this isn't a hoax, then we're a sucker. So the truth is that the joke's on us, that's why they put that in at the end, that's what I think. I mean, honestly, it took me about 10 or 15 times to get through this movie, I'm not gonna lie. Because I was bored by Thierry. You know, I could care less about him, but I did it because I had to watch it for my homework for tonight. And at the end, I thought, no wonder I'm the sucker now.
Is it any reason that the French like Jerry Lewis? I mean, here we have a perfect demonstration of that. Terry loves Banksy. Banksy uses Terry, but Terry really doesn't even care.
But
And
this
Banksy
is my question, does Terry
It's coming
exist?
from a lawyer.
Oh no, he definitely. I did some research.
Does the Terry, this is my question, does the Terry that we see on that screen exist? Or is that Terry simply part of the real Terry Guetta doing it on the show and going along with this and working this out? Is
That Terry Guetta got his ass sued. So whether or not he's real to the federal courts of California. Okay?
Why did he get his ass sued?
For copyright infringement by one of the artists whose work he, what's the word I'm looking for? Stole. So yeah, he's real. He exists. And in fact, I read a note from some poor editorial schlo who actually had to edit all that goddamn tape at some point.